Welcome to our show, Umbrellas of Hope. We are committed to enrich the life of members of the veteran and military community by connecting them to the resources that they need. We advocate for professional and entrepreneurial opportunities and facilitate conversations of hope, empowerment, and creativity to reduce military and civilian transition difficulties and to help our veteran and entrepreneurs families to thrive. Hi, I'm Niurka, your host. We invite you to be part of this journey as we, together, bring a positive change on new beginnings, opportunity, and success. On new miniseries, we'll be introducing the art of business to share with you how it can enhance your life, your community, and your future. Let's welcome Teresa Cundiff. Please join me in welcoming Teresa Cundiff. She's an actress, an author, a singer, a dancer, and a TV host of Teresa Talks. And she's here to ask you if you are really preparing in your craft. Stay tuned.
Today, I'm here to talk to you about, are you truly preparing for your craft? Now, I own my production company, Wordy Media Incorporated, and I am the CEO. And I formed that company about a year ago when I started my own TV talk show, Teresa Talks, and I interview authors. And an unpublished author is just someone who hasn't gotten their story out of their brain and onto the page yet. But I come from stage and performing arts, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. Because the question is, if you're someone who's thought that you want to go into the performing arts, the question is, what are you doing about it today? I think that people think I want to be a famous rapper, or I want to be a movie star, or I want to be a dancer, but you're not really preparing for it today. So I'll give you a little bit of some background on me. I took voice very early on. My dad was a preacher, so I always sang in church. So there was a woman in church played piano, and she also taught voice. So I took voice for the first time when I was in elementary school. And that did last for a pretty good long time. And I appreciated it, but I was very young, and so the voice isn't very well developed when one is in elementary school. So from then, time went by, and in middle school, for me, it was junior high school, dating myself. I was in the musicals at school and always sang in choir, and I did those musicals. And then in high school, I got the supporting lead role in Guys and Dolls as a sophomore, which was pretty incredible to beat out the juniors and seniors for that role. Hadn't taken any acting classes, had not gotten back in voice at that time, but I still landed that part. In my junior year, I played Ado Annie in Oklahoma, which is also the comedic lead supporting role. And I think I was back in voice at that point in time. And then in my senior year, I played the lead role in Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. It was called Lorelei, which was the stage version of that. And I played Lorelei. So that was very exciting, and I was still in voice at that time. So I did not want to pursue the performing arts in college because I thought all that added up to was, what was I going to do with a vocal performance major? right? So I studied information systems. I almost had a 4.0 graduating high school. And so I thought I would get a degree where I used my brains, but I did take choir in college, which you had to audition for. So I did that until I needed to take a real class at 10 o'clock on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I was in choir for a couple of years. But I did pursue voice some more when I was in college as well. So I was trying to improve my voice craft at the time. I wasn't in dance, even though I was a great mover. I should have pursued dance, but just wasn't really smart enough to really step up to that plate. I also always pursued acting on an amateur level, doing musicals out at Fort Campbell with their morale support. They always did, they put on musicals for, the soldiers to have something to do in their off time. So I always did that. And in my sorority, I was always the one that did all the musical related things, be it all sing or I guess Sigma Chi Derby had a thing. So blah, blah, blah. We always won first place. No. I also was in Clarksville, Tennessee. I would go audition at Opryland, which is extremely intimidating. Back in the day, the Opryland shows were something. I got called back every year. Always did well in the dance audition, which for the singers, it was more of a movement audition. One year they measured me for costumes. I thought, this is my year. They're going to hire me. And they didn't. So it just wasn't meant for me to do that. So fast forward, I always did, I got married, I had children, I married an Army officer, we moved around. I joined choirs. When we were in England, I was part of the Brampton Choral Society, and I had the opportunity to sing in Westminster Abbey, so that was incredible. We moved here to Virginia. We have a local professional theater, and I worked there for about 10 years. On stage and off stage, I worked in costuming, I would run the spotlight, I worked in tech, I worked in all facets of the theater because I just loved it so much. But I never pursued it on a professional level because in my mind, as good as I thought that I was in my own mind, I was not a triple threat. And therefore, in my own limiting beliefs, I thought I couldn't make it. And so I just want to be here for you as an encouragement that if you have a burning desire for the performing arts, you must begin now at whatever age you are to pursue it. So if you're not in voice, you need a vocal coach. So for as good and as talented as you are, you need a vocal coach that's going to refine you and define you to be the best that you can be. And if you're not in dance, you need to be in dance, period. As good of a mover as you are, you won't make it through the auditions if you're not like really, really good. I understand that there are different auditions for those that are just like the dancers. But if you've seen any Broadway shows, the leads still have to be really, really, really good. There is the ensemble that to me, I think are more singers or more dancers and then maybe singers. I always thought of myself as a singer, actor, dancer, kind of in that order because I've always been a singer. But the performing arts is not for sissies. And you really have to have that strong, strong, burning desire in your heart and belief in yourself that you can do it. But you have to be your own best friend, and you have to equip yourself to be ready to meet the opportunity when it presents yourself. So you need to have a vocal coach, you need to be in dance, and you need to be in acting class as well. Now, these things are going to be on different levels for you based upon where you are. So you might be a much better singer than you are an actor. So you would be more advanced in your vocal coaching than you are in your acting classes. And so recognize that. And I would also suggest to you and implore you that you find someone who can assess your talent accurately And by that, I mean, don't ask your mom, okay? Unless your mom is like me and has some experience in this world, because we've all seen the people that they put through the rounds on American Idol who think that they are talented and don't see themselves as the one that's just being put through for television, for the sake of television. And you know what I'm saying. When you're watching it and you're seeing this terrible train wreck that's happening, I've said so many times, someone who really loves them should have told them to stop the madness, because they've just really embarrassed and humiliated themselves on international TV. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't want to be that person. So find someone who will honestly assess your talent with regards to the acting, the singing, and the dancing, and can put you where you need to be. Right. And of course, all of this costs money, right? And so it could be that you can't get the top-notch, coach in all three realms of this, but you have to start somewhere. And so I have to suggest to you that that you take a ballet class. And you're like, ugh, ballet? Meh. Yes, ballet. And you've heard maybe that NFL coaches will put their players in ballet class and they protest, but then they come out on the other end of however long that training lasted saying it really is one of the best things they've ever done because of the awareness that they have of their bodies, because ballet is foundational to all dance. And I don't care if it's tap, which looks like it doesn't use ballet at all. My son, who pursued theater with me, my younger son, who is a mad tapper, it's his first dance, and you'll learn that you have your first dance, which is the one you love the most, and it's the one you're best at, and the one that speaks to your soul when you're moving. He's a mad tapper, but he went ahead and he took some ballet, and he found that it really overall helped everything when it comes to movement in general. I also took tap as an adult, but that's when I began with a diagnosis for rheumatoid arthritis. And so my feet gave out on me, which made me really sad because I always wanted to be a tap dancer because I just thought that was the greatest thing in the world. But I encourage you to take ballet, and that's going to look great on your resume that you studied ballet. So you definitely want to make certain that you're keeping up with all of the classes that you're taking, everything that you've done. But are you truly preparing yourself in your craft? So if you want to be an all-around triple threat for musical theater, then you have to be in all of those. But if you just want to be one of those three, then you have to be pursuing it seriously by taking classes. I produced for myself my own CD. This is back in 2005, and I entitled it A Single Step, because a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And that's what you have to think for yourself as you're moving along in your journey, is to begin with a single step. If you can't afford to take one class in all three disciplines, then just start with the one. And I would suggest you start with the one that you need the most work in, right? Start with that one. And if in dance you can only take the one class, take the ballet class. And of course, when you start and begin in these classes, you'll meet people and you'll begin networking. And of course, if you've begun doing this already, you understand that that's true, that you've begun networking. And I want to show you this picture. And it's like the first picture that comes up when you do a search engine for ballet feet. And it looks like this, okay? because everybody wants let's see if I can do it. No, I can't. Everybody wants to be the ballerina, right? They want to go on point, and they want to wear the tutu, and they want to be the prima ballerina. But look at that other foot. Look at the bandages on it. Look at the gnarly toes and the bruising. That's what it looks like, right? That's what all the years of preparation and going to class and being dedicated to your art looks like. And certainly specific to being a ballerina, that's what it looks like. But that's also what it looks like when you're an actor and when you're a singer. It's when they always say you have to suffer for your art. You have to put in the time, and you have to do whatever it takes. And see, I think that I wasn't willing to wait tables for as long as it took to get a break acting. I think that I would have done it singing. I think that if you know, the maybe moving to Nashville, but I wasn't a player. And it was another limiting belief that I had to be a player in Nashville to be a singer, because I quit piano lessons and I shouldn't have done it. So if you're trying to master an instrument, I beg you to keep working at that, to master your instrument. So my name is Teresa Cundiff, and my time is up now. I encourage you to keep preparing for your craft. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much for your time.
Wow, you saw those ballet feet, those ballerina feet. Oh my God, that is a sigh that tells a story. Like Teresa mentioned, no, it takes a lot of sacrifice. You have to really be dedicated to get that kind of feat, dedicated to your craft. And you can relate that to anything that you do, a stage performance, business, painting. You can be talented. There's a lot of people that are talented. They have a special talent, but you have to refine it, right? We always have to refine and sharpen our tools. There's always something that we need. Just imagine the athlete that you mentioned, and that was the first time I ever heard that NFL players actually take balance, but it makes sense because ballet training is actually help you improve your flexibility, your body awareness, your agility, coordination, something that every athlete need, especially an NFL player. So they go to a totally different field that help them get better at what the passion is. So think about what are those tools, what are that training that you need in order to make your overall passion happen. You want to be a singer, maybe vocal lessons. You want to be actor, acting lessons. There's something about the tone. There's always something that we can improve on. So make a list and let us know. Hashtag Umbrellas of Hope. Stay Thank you very much.
About that style.
Where all the great ideas get brewed.
You have and will continue to enjoy this journey in creativity with us. In today's world, where artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, advancing science, and autonomous vehicles is our new normal, creativity has never been more important. This new miniseries of Umbrellas of Hope was created in order to inspire you and empower you by giving you the creative confidence to redesign the world around you, to create new solutions that are invaluable for today's society, powered by your vision, your own unique talents, and limited only by your imagination. Our world, our society, our future needs you.